Here's an interesting way to view reality. Let me say first that Jesus is Lord. If Jesus was not Lord, what would be my theory about how reality is real? Well, time is just an illusion. Now, counting numbers on the number line, which are always there. But the realization of each number in succession is the illusion of time. But the number line is eternal. From eternity to, you can go back as far forever and ever, and you can go forward as far forever and ever. Same thing with reality. But like the number line, it is here. The eternal now. Everything that has ever happened and ever will happen is happening right now, this moment. But this reality is just one of an infinite number of realities that have been and that will be. What is reality? It's the struggle of life against death. Light against darkness. An inconceivable opposite against inconceivable opposite. And this reality is light against light. No, light is against darkness. I'm sorry, I screwed up. Light against darkness, not light against light. Man, do I have to start this damn video over again? I forgot half of what I just said. Blame it on my stroke. Good and bad, light and dark are equals. The universe will eventually, it's an eternal struggle of life against death. Reality wants to live, but each reality will eventually die. This reality will die, called universal cold death, or something even worse. But after it dies, it will be resurrected, reborn into an altogether entirely inconceivable new, different reality. Reality, which in turn will have its own opposites, light against darkness, own forms of life, which will struggle against inevitable death to live forever, but will eventually succumb to death. And this newly reborn reality will itself eventually succumb to death. Death will overcome life, but life will overcome death when the next reality is reborn, resurrected into yet another altogether different reality from the one which is to come, and one which is now, and the one which is before this reality. But then, why are we here? Why all this instead of absolute nothingness? If, as Aaron Ross says, reality or the universe is its own cause, why in the hell can't God be his own cause? What the hell is life? What are we? Are our lives? What about the lives of the animals? Are we part of the great universal cosmic consciousness? Are we droplets of this quote unquote God? Or are we born, live, die, lights out, game over, never come back, never see life again? What's up with this? But why is there something instead of nothing? Because this reality would be its own God. A sort of weird pantheism. The eternal struggle of life against death. But life and death would be the same thing, actually. Like even as matter and energy are the same thing, life and death would be the same thing too. If not just this universe, but all of reality is a consciousness, it would have to be its own cause. That's the only reason you could have something instead of nothing. But think of this. Even if there was absolute nothing, something would be true. Something would be true. There'd be nothing. That just blows the mind. But anyways, reality, this consciousness, is expresses but Jesus is Lord. But if he was not Lord, reality would be an eternal self-expression of itself through life being overcome by death, and then life overcoming death, going on forever and ever and ever. Life and light being swallowed up by death and darkness, then being resurrected in a new form of life and light, then itself being swallowed up by a new form of death and darkness, and going on and on and on and on and on and on and on forever. Are we conscious beings? Part of this universal would we be part of this universal cosmic consciousness? Or would we be separate from it? Because if we be separate from it, then you're born, you live, you die, booshah, game over. You never come back again. But if we're droplets of this cosmic consciousness, who knows how many times we can come back. And each time we come back, it would be as if this was our first time in the rodeo. Even if he had experienced being an infinite number of lives in the past. There'll be no such thing as remembering a past life, because you get the picture.